taking a midday break on our November 12th hunt. I want to do a really quick episode about shooting standing versus sitting. Hoyt's Bowhunting Whitetails is brought to you by Redneck Blinds, Code of Silence Apparel, the Hunt Stand app, Whitetail Institute, Research Equals Results, B3 Archery, Muddy Outdoors Tree Stands, Stealth Cam Trail Cameras, My Outdoor TV, and Hoyt. For me, I think it has a lot to do with balance and just the general ability to stand straight for a long period of time without any kind of wavering. I'm a lot more accurate now sitting than I am standing. So I try to set up whenever possible where I'm sitting so I can shoot to my left for any likely spots where the deer are going to pass through. So we set the stands up now based on that, with the thought that if I can be sitting, I'm going to be better off most of the time. And the reason is, like I said, as you get older, your balance isn't quite as good. And I might have a little bit of like some neurological issues too, it's hard to say, but I waver ever so slightly when I stand, even if I'm not even holding a bow. So it's a lot harder for me to hold a bow steady if I'm standing because you're wavering from your feet up. So if you're sitting, everything's pretty solid. I mean, I can put my back against the tree. There's not a lot of movement in my upper body if I'm sitting. So I can hold the bow a lot steadier. And then also under the same sort of a scenario, if I'm on the back of the tree and I reach around behind the tree to my left to shoot, I can sort of brace my bow arm against the tree too, which makes it even more stable. I think when I was younger, I still applied these same principles because it affects everybody the same. It was just that now I waver a little bit more when I'm standing than I did, say, 10 years ago. So do you notice, Carson, you probably haven't even paid any attention to it, do you notice if you shoot more accurately standing or sitting?
I don't know that I've shot a lot sitting, honestly, to be able to testify to that, but yeah. I have shot some sitting in a ground blind scenario, and you are very stable, but not too much in a deer stand.
And I've always told people, my advice was always to stand up as soon as you see a deer coming, because you don't want to get caught with the deer on your right.
Right.
You don't want to have the deer slip in on you and then change course and then end up to the right where you can't shoot sitting. So I've always said, stand up. Well, just because of what I'm seeing about myself and my ability to shoot groups at, say, 30 to 40 plus yards, I'd be better off. If it's a close range shot like the one we had a couple days ago, it doesn't matter. 20-yard shot, you're going to hit, baseball every time. But you try to make a 30-yard shot or even maybe a little bit further, and then that little bit of variance in because you're standing and I'm 6 foot something tall.
Well, if it's windy too, I mean.
Yeah, even that will affect your ability to balance and keep your body from moving. And that's what throws you off. I mean, you can hold the bow as steady as you want to, but if your body's moving, your pin's gonna be moving and your groups are gonna be big. So I thought that maybe some of you would find that interesting. I would still say for most people, you can test it. You can test it in your yard and find out how much difference there is. But for most people, you're better off standing when you see the deer coming. But if you're in a situation like me where you're like, I shoot better sitting, you can set your stands up so that 90% of the shot opportunities are gonna be to your left, even if you gotta wrap around behind the tree to get to them. So that's kind of how I set up now, more than I ever did in the past. We're having a pretty good hunt today, and we're gonna get back to our hunt, but thought you might enjoy this quick tip. I appreciate you joining us for this episode of Hoyt's Bowhunting Whitetails. We'll see you right back here again very soon. And remember to always dream
big.